Okay, I am recording. So today, finally, I won't forget to record a stream, guys. Good morning, Casper. Welcome to the stream, Make It. Good to see you back at the stream, my friend. Welcome to the stream, D the Great. Welcome to the stream, Mafouk Alam. Good morning, Suarez. My favorite name of the entire community. Welcome to the stream, Brutus. Good morning, my friend. All right, guys. Sipping my morning coffee from the Crypto Guru Network coffee mug or tea mug, whatever you want to call it. Go to the stream, G. Okay, guys, we are going to... Oh, fuck. I need to do it like this, of course. We're going to start things off. Good morning, Suarez. Good morning, Brutus. All right. So in today's stream, I want to go over AVAX. I want to discuss whether this setup is valid or not and whether we are going to insert these limit orders. But I want to start off with Chainlink because Chainlink is potentially developing something extremely interesting, guys. And what I mean by that, I think this is such a clean way of price action and such a clean way of price respecting the range, and once again proving to us how strong these ranges work and how clean you can trade them. So that's what I want to start off with. I want to explain a scenario in which if we follow this scenario, and I think there's a decent possibility that we will follow this scenario, I am willing to add another position on Chainlink. Okay, I'm willing to add another long position. Good morning and welcome to the stream, Flo. Good to see you here as always. Good morning, Astali. How was your birthday, brother? I hope you had an amazing day. Welcome to the stream, Turco. Welcome to the stream, Steve X. Many people watching once again. You just love to see it. Without a doubt, the craziest community. So I want to start off with explaining a scenario in which I'm interested in adding a brand new long position on Chainlink, okay? So currently, this is our long position, okay? This is our average entry. Stop loss is a break even. Now, what we can see is that we have this range over here, and this quarterly level has proven to be a crucial level, okay? In the past, we can see that it has been support and resistance several times, all right? As we can see, so resistance, support, then there was support, resistance, right? Resistance, support. Okay, here a little bit of support, and here there was huge support. Then over here, deviate above. Then yesterday, after that second deviation and that bearish sweep over here, right? Then you get a perfect retest of that quarterly level in confluence with the supply, and you reject there and you see a correction to the downside. All right, so basically, this is very clean price action. And once again, if you want to trade these range levels, you don't blindly short first retest. No, you wait for a deviation in confluence with a break of structure, and then you short it over here. So basically, this was a short opportunity. Okay, we could have hedged our current long position, but in my opinion, since the higher time frame trend is still towards the upside, this also easily could have squeezed higher, so I wasn't willing to take it. But nevertheless, in hindsight, this is very clean. But also, for a future new long position, this is extremely clean. Okay, welcome to the stream, Hiyuri. Good to see you here. Now, why is this extremely clean? It is because currently, this high over here, okay, is the high that brought us to this new low, correct? So that means that if we want to shift structure towards the upside again on the 1 hourly time frame, and if we do so, that means that the structure and the trend on every single time frame is once again trending towards the upside. So the hourly time frame, the 4 hourly, and the daily time frame. But if we want to shift that hourly trend to the upside again, it means that we have to break through this high. All right, open and close candles above this high over here, and this high aligns with the pivotal quarterly level over here. All right, so that means that if we break through this high, we shift structure, but we also reclaim the quarterly level, and we confirm the deviation over here, in which afterwards we should expect expansion at least towards the range high, but eventually also towards higher targets, okay? Because in that case, it will be the 4th time that we are retesting that range high, and as I've been teaching you guys, quite often that fourth retest is usually the test where you see a breakout towards the upside. All right, so this is a very clean and simple chart. If we manage to break above the high and above the quarterly level, and we manage to shift structure towards the upside, all right, so open and close candles above this high, preferably in confluence with our 4 candle close above this quarterly level as well. Not necessarily candle open and candle close, just a candle close above it on the 4-hourly time frame in confluence with that hour 1 shift. Then the trend on every single time frame is up. Then we will tighten our stop loss to the local low that we form over here. In this case, it's this low. So our stop loss, which is currently at break even over here, will move to this local low. So it moves into profit. Then let's say we are approximately 1 hour in profit with our stop loss. That means that we can add another position over here on the reclaim. So we market enter another position with the same exact stop loss. And we can add, for example, 0.5 hour risk or 1 hour risk. Okay, depending on how much our stop loss is into profit of the original position. Okay, so let's say it is in about 0.5 hour profit. Then we can add 0.5 hour risk on this add-on over here with the exact same targets. First target being the range high, but eventually targeting a lot higher levels. And this offers a very nice RR trade as well. Okay, in this way, we potentially will compound the profits along the way up. Okay, but in order for the scenario to play out, we do really need to reclaim this quarterly level. Okay, guys, but I'm still not worried at all about this position. Still hourly trend holding, 2 hourly trend holding, 4 hourly trend holding as well. Okay, now there's also the scenario that we will go for the sell side liquidity over here because of this perfect retest of the mid-range, deviate beneath the mid-range, reclaim it, and then send it to the upside. Okay, also this scenario is a scenario that I'm willing to add to our position on the reclaim of the mid-range in case we deviate beneath it. Okay, so for now, not moving the stop loss into profit over here, for example, because we can easily take out that low, just keeping the stop loss at break even and waiting for a reclaim of that quarterly level and this high. In that case, we will move our stop loss into profit and we will add another long position to compound our profits along the way up. Okay, let me know if you guys understand this concept of adding another position and compounding profits. Let me know if you guys understand the analysis behind this potential position. In the meantime, welcome to the stream, Des792. Welcome to the stream, Ilko. We have a very interesting evening coming up tomorrow, Ilko, if I'm correct. Welcome to the stream, The Pursuer. Perfect missing G-strings. In the meantime, I'm going to take a sip of my coffee, guys. So if you guys have any questions, please feel free to let me know right now. Good morning, Marty. Just so you know, people can hear you, I think. All right, I can see that you muted yourself. Good morning, my friend. I hope you are doing well. So tomorrow we are going to do a dry run for our podcast episode that we are going to record next week with one of the biggest people in the crypto space. I'm not gonna lie, I'm insanely excited for this episode. It's actually crazy that this guy wants to do a podcast with us. And then for next month, we have another crazy guest coming up for the podcast. So good times for the podcast as well of the Unpackers. Just talking about this because Ilko is in a live stream right now. Well, not Vitalik Buterin, but he's coming pretty close, I would say. No, it's actually a crazy guess. I think he has around 1 million followers on social media. Kind of crazy. Well, Marty is definitely welcome on our podcast episode if he comes to Amsterdam as well. If he wants to, of course. But he's more than welcome. Ilko is actually typing. My best guess is that Ilko's probably driving. No, I definitely won't give it away, Ilko. Don't you worry about that, man. I will keep my mouth shut. But a little hype is never a wrong idea. Okay, guys. If there are no questions, I didn't expect there to be any questions because I do think this is a very obvious and very clear and plain plan. Then we are going to continue with AVAX. Okay, so AVAX is the coin that we charted yesterday on stream, and I still do think that this is a pretty clean chart. It had all of the confluences that I was looking for. Okay, so for those that weren't at the stream, this is a very clean range that we have over here. With our first pivot over here, second pivot, and then over here, if we zoom in, you see this little wick, right? This low of the wick is our third pivot, or you can say that this is your third pivot. It's quite irrelevant, but at least we can easily state that we have 3 pivots, okay? Now, after we deviate beneath the range low over here, you expand towards the range high liquidity, okay? But by expanding towards the range high liquidity, we managed to shift structure over here on the 4-hourly time frame, okay? So we opened and closed 2 candles above the high that brought us to this fresh low, to the deviation low. So we shifted structure back towards the upside. In the meantime, welcome to the stream, Aaron. Welcome to the stream, Julian. I think I've welcomed everyone, if I'm correct. So we shifted structure on the 4-hourly time frame. So we are trending upwards on all time frames again. Now, in order to shift structure to the downside, on the 4-hourly time frame, you have to break this low. Now, many people will think that it's this low, but this is actually the low that brought us to our most recent high compared to this high over here, okay? This is just like an intermediate low, an intermediate high, okay? So this low that we form over here is actually a perfect inducement of the range low area, and besides that range low area, on a 2-hourly time frame, also this order block over here, okay? So this bullish order block, a high probability order block. Why is this a high probability order block? This candle over here sweeps very important liquidity of the range low, but besides that range low liquidity, it also swept the liquidity beneath these relatively equal lows over here, where there was a lot of liquidity resting, okay? So very important liquidity swept with this hour 2 order block. Then it expands higher, it shifts structure. There's another confluence, right? So trend switch. We have a bullish fair value gap aligning above the order block over here. We have an inducement. Higher time frame trend is towards the upside as well. And we are building up a lot of liquidity, okay? So these constant lower highs, well, we have some liquidity over here. And we form a lower high, lower high, lower high, right? Engineering liquidity for a potential squeeze towards the upside, okay? And besides that, it's just a very, very clean range trade after a bigger correctional move to the downside on AVAX as well. So this definitely looks quite interesting if you ask me, okay? So what I want to do is I want to just try and check with a fresh mind if this setup is still valid, and if it does, then we are going to insert limits for the setup. Quickly want to check EMA confluence. EMAs didn't align. Daily time frame EMAs are also not aligning. 12-hourly also not. The only problem here were the EMAs, I remember from yesterday. Let's see. So basically, I do think that this is a cleanly looking setup, guys. So to me, it's quite simple actually. I am going to insert these limits. I'm going to give this as a trade signal. Because yesterday I told you guys if the chart was looking similar today that I would take this trade. So I'm a man of my word. We have to stick to the plan over here. I'm just going to invert the chart for a second. I do think this looks quite clean. Let's check it one more time. Yeah. Yep. So we are going to take this trade. So download image, and I'm going to give the signal for this guy, so give me a second. You guys can copy the idea if you want to. Obviously no financial advice as usual. These are just the trades that I'm taking myself. Okay, I've given the signal. Now I have to insert the orders myself, of course. So give me a second if you guys want to. In the meantime, guys, feel free to let me know if there are any questions about this setup. Because I can imagine that there are some questions. So please feel free to let me know if there are any questions right now. I would love to hear some questions and to answer those questions for you guys. And then lower time frame sell side was over here, and our stop loss was over here. So if you guys are done inserting the orders, I am not done myself, then feel free to let me know if there are any questions. Okay, I am done with the orders myself, guys. So feel free to let me know if there are any questions right now, and I'll make sure to answer all of those questions for you guys as usual. Welcome to the stream, McCray. Welcome to the stream, Rhino. Good to see you here, my friend. What are dark gray and light gray on the order block? What do you mean exactly, Turco? Can you elaborate a little bit on that question? Because I don't really understand, to be honest. Because the 4-hour structure, that's a good question, Aaron. The 4-hour structure looks like this. Okay, I'm going to mark it out. We have this high, we have this low. This low brings us to this fresh high, okay? After this high, the low that we form is this one, because this is the newest low. Not this one, because the low that brought us to this high is this one. Okay, so we need to break this low. So this is not the low that we form after this high. No, it's this one. Then we form this lower high. Then this is the lowest point that we form. And after this lowest point, we form this lower high. Then we form this low. Now after this low, this is where it gets interesting. This is the high that you form. Okay. Now in order for this high to be significant, you need to form a new low compared to this one, because this is the low that brought you to this high. All right. So this high brings us to this fresh low. Now, in order to once again make a significant new high, you need to break the high which brought us to this low, to the deviation low, which in this case is this high. Okay. This high over here did not break through this high. Okay. But this high over here did break through this high. Okay, so this is where the shift structure takes place, but that also means that this low is irrelevant, okay, because this is an insignificant low that we form after an insignificant high, okay, if you understand what I mean. So this is the low eventually, the fresh low compared to this one that brought us to this fresh high. So this is also a low that you need to break in order to shift structure to the downside again, if you understand what I mean, okay? Okay, but very good question, Aaron, because it remains a difficult topic, right? The price action and identifying structure and identifying which high and which low you need to break. It remains a very, very difficult topic. I completely understand that. those are the entry prices, Turco. So I will zoom in for you. The light gray one, this is where I mark out sell side liquidity. The light gray one over here and over here, these are significant lows where there are stop losses resting. And then the dark gray ones, those are the entry points. Okay, Turco? I hope this explains it, Turco. Welcome to the stream, Bravo, ciao. Welcome to the stream, Danny. Welcome to the stream, Sean Trip. Good to see you back at the stream. My pleasure, Turco. Let's see if we had another question. Valorize is asking, AVAX is a relatively low volume. Should this be taken into consideration? So, I mean, you mean the volume like this, right? Now, this is actually something that we like to see, because when price is truly in a correctional stage, the volume has to drop lower and lower and lower. I'm actually going to release a video on Friday when I'm in Spain. I recorded a video yesterday about trend lines and trading trend lines. And if the volume is dropping lower and lower and lower, like the general volume, right? So not these crazy spikes that you see sometimes, but just the volume in general, as you can see, for example, over here, while the price is moving to the downside, you are at a correctional stage, okay? So that means that this actually gives a little bit of extra confluence to look for long starting higher prices, because after correctional moves, after lower volume correctional moves, valorize, you should expect expansion once again towards the upside, right? So actually the fact that the volume over here is going lower and lower and lower is actually something that I really like, because it means that bears with this move to the downside are not in control, but actually the bulls are still in control. Okay? So I hope this answers your question, Valorize. But it's a very good question, definitely. I really like that question. And definitely make sure to watch Friday's video as well. It will elaborate a little bit more on the topic. Aaron with another question. Why is the full OB not marked out for your first entry? You mean this order block over here on the 4-hourly time frame, right, Aaron? If I'm correct, please. Because I always, in the meantime, you guys know by now the coffee machine is going crazy in the back and washing itself. Because I always want to enter where other people are getting stopped out. Okay, in this case, let's say we enter at the top of this order block, right, over here. That means that we haven't taken out these stops beneath this significant low over here, right? And I always want to enter where other people are getting stopped out. I want to enter within those liquidity pools, correct? So that means that in this case, this is not the order block that I want to look at. So what will I do? I'm going to go on lower time frames to see if I can find order blocks that do align with this sell side liquidity. Now in this case, this is actually very interesting, right? Because the top of this order block on a 2-hourly time frame exactly aligns like 2 cents lower than this low, this liquidity low, right? So that means that in this case, this is the order block that I want to use. Now, I like the way that this 2-hour bigger order block aligns with this hour 2 smaller order block over here, right? This smaller red candle. We might sweep that. That's where we have our safety order, our second entry. That's why in this case, I took the order block actually on a lower time frame instead of the higher time frame. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, because you always want to enter where other people are getting stopped out. Okay, because that's also what smart money does. But very good question once again, Aaron. I like the questions, my friend. I'm also looking forward to Friday's video. I put a lot of time into it yesterday. Yes, I did actually, McRae. And lucky for you, today I am actually recording the live stream for once. For once, I didn't forget about it. So you can watch it back after the stream, okay? It's the first part of the stream, actually. And I discussed how and when we want to add another long position on Chainlink. Thank you, Marty. Your trades are gold. So I will take care of a little bit of education for the members. You take care of some crazy trades. And every now and then I throw a banger of a trade as well, of course. So yeah, that's basically the thought process. I really like the questions, by the way, about this setup, guys. Good job. as well. So yeah, that's basically it. So what I want to do now is basically go over a few more altcoins. So I won't set any more limits for now, probably. Not 100% sure. I might set if we see something very clean. So please feel free to let me know some altcoins in the chat that you want me to go over, and I'll pick 1 or 2 altcoins for today's stream. So feel free to let me know some questions, guys. I would love to hear some questions. YGG, Polkadot, Atom, ICP, HBAR, AVEX, FET, Atom, again, Cake. Okay, a lot of altcoins. Let me take my last sip of my morning coffee, because then I have the energy to pick a cleanly looking altcoin. Let's just open up a few and I'm going to check which one looks interesting on the first glance. For those that are still holding Polkadot, and I know that there are some people still holding Polkadot, this structure looks quite clean. If it reclaims that range high in confluence with the shift in structure, it should continue higher. This actually looks quite clean. I'm going to keep this chart open because maybe, just maybe, we will take a trade on this one ourselves, even though we have taken 2 trades on Polkadot. We have taken 2 trades on Polkadot in the last month or so, and both got stopped out at break even before they started pumping like crazy. So I would say 3rd time is a charm. Good morning and welcome to the stream, Ben. Welcome to the stream, DMJ. Good to see you here, my friend. Welcome to the stream, Chris. So many people, guys. Welcome to the stream, OPO. Welcome to the stream, Shori. I think I have welcomed everyone so far. I also want to have a look maybe at Woo. It's a very choppy price action. I will keep this one open for now. Let's see. Yeah, 0.5 hour risk on the first entry, make it, and 0.25 hour risk on the second entry. Let's see. Someone was saying Atom. I want to open up that chart real quick. It's from last week's live stream. So that is paying out quite nice, I would say. Not a very interestingly looking chart for now. Let's see. Someone's saying FET. Someone's saying ARB. Maybe this one. Nope, no range yet that we can trade. Maybe fetch.ai. We do have a pretty nice range over here. I will keep this chart open as well. This one actually looks quite interesting. Okay, so we have 3 interesting charts. I will keep these ones open. I'm going to start with fetch.ai actually, because I actually do think this one looks quite interesting. Yeah. Okay, first of all, the range, which is pretty clean. This is the high that we form after this impulsive move towards the upside. You can actually also take this high. It really doesn't matter. This is just like a very, very minimal, very minimal sweep. So I would just take this high actually. And then after this high, you form 2 pivots at the bottom, right? Pivot 1, pivot 2. Okay, so that's our range. Very clean range. Now, what I like about this one already, and you guys should know that by now. Okay, I'm going to ask a question actually. Now, why if let's say we are looking for longs, okay? Why do I like this range? Why do I like this range if you are looking for long positions? Why is this range in favor of long positions actually currently? Let me know if anyone knows the answer. This is an interesting question, I would say. That's definitely one of the reasons. So the quality levels are getting respected very well, the mid-range as well. No, that's not the answer. Let's see who knows the answer. This is actually a difficult question, so I'm curious to see if anyone knows the answer. So there's also no wrong answers, guys, on this question, because it's actually a difficult one. I'm just curious to see if anyone has been paying attention last few weeks and months. Mark actually has the correct answer. Mark is saying, because we have liquidity below 0.56. Now, what we see over here, very well that you know the answer, Mark. That means that you are well on your way. What we see over here is a trending market, okay? Now, after the trending market, we start ranging. We have these equal lows over here. With this low over here, you can even say triple lows, right? So what people see are these equal lows, okay? So what happens is people become bearish because they expect these equal lows to get taken out without a doubt in their heads, okay? They know for sure we are going to go for these equal lows. So that either means they don't want to long until we take out those equal lows. And second of all, many people will swing short, swing short, swing short, swing short, with the first take profit target being these equal lows over here, and that liquidity pool beneath the range low. Now, what I've been teaching you guys over the past few weeks is that in strong trending markets, if the market is trending to the upside, very, very often the range low gets left unswept, okay? In strong trending downwards markets, very often the range high remains unswept, okay? Why that happens is that because, like I said, because of these obvious liquidity pools that smart money generates beneath these range lows in this case, people start building shorts, targeting that range low liquidity pool. Building shorts, building shorts, building shorts, building shorts. All of those shorts are targeting the liquidity pool, okay? Now, second of all, retail is waiting for this range low liquidity pool to get mitigated in order to position themselves long, right? Now, beneath this liquidity pool is also where we have this very clean breaker block, right? With a bullish sweep over here of this liquidity and then an expansion to the upside. So you have a very clean long position over here with a very clean invalidation over here and a very clean first take profit target of the range high, which offers a nice RR. So is this a valid setup? Yes, it is. If you get it, it's a valid setup. But because so many people are waiting for this setup to play out, very often that range low liquidity pool remains unswept, and at some point the trend continues to the upside, okay? Now, because so many people build shorts targeting that range low liquidity pool, where do we think they have their stops resting? Above the range high, okay? So also in this case, very, very clean that we have exact equal lows over here, even triple lows, engineering that liquidity pool beneath the range low, because I do expect that many people are targeting that range low liquidity pool, either to take profit on their shorts or to start building their own long positions, okay? Welcome to the stream, Joel. Good morning, my friend. Good to see you here. So Mark, people are already commenting a little flame, and I do agree. Very, very correct answer, and big ups to you, my friend. Definitely. So I do think that this chart looks quite interesting. Only problem here is we haven't shifted structure yet on a 4-hourly time frame. Okay, so in order to shift structure, we actually should hold and break above this high, and we actually swept it. So that's a little bit of an issue. We don't have the confirmation to set limits yet. We do have this hour 4 order block. right? This order block swept this liquidity, okay? And this order block also mitigated the liquidity pool of this huge wick, okay? Order block, then we expand higher. We have a beautiful inducement, right? Aligning exactly with the quarterly level of that range. And the quarterly level was very important in the past, as we can see. Okay, so the quarterly level was already resistance over here, and support, and you expand higher, support, support, support. Okay, but we know that the first perfect retest of that quarterly level often is a fake one. Okay, you want to wait for those deviations beneath the quarterly level with a reclaim and a break in structure, and that's where you get your long trigger with your invalidation. Okay, also, second of all, because we now have our AVAX longs orders waiting, I can't add another limit long according to my risk management system, because I still do think that at some point we are going to get a flash crash. And at that point, if we do get a flash crash, I only want to expose to long positions with a maximum risk of 1%. Walk to the scene, Nacho Bonsai. That doesn't mean that if I get confirmation inside of this POI, I won't long this one, because this chart is way too clean not to long it. Okay, let's quickly check out the fixed range volume profile. So also the value area low aligns above that quarterly level. So that could also mean that if we push beneath the value area low, reclaim the quarterly level and the value area low, that you have a failed auction. And then you should expand higher as well. So that's another confluence. Let's quickly check out the EMA confluence. 4 hourly, no confluence. Daily, also no confluence. 1 hourly, also no confluence. So no EMA confluence, which is another reason for me not to set limit long orders, but to wait for confirmation. No, I haven't been scalping a lot lately, Rhino. And if you look at the price section, I'm extremely glad that I've just been focusing on intraday trades and swing trades, because lower time frame price section has been extremely choppy and volatile in crypto. And I've seen very, very huge amounts of people that have been trying to scalp get wrecked on the crypto markets. So I'm very glad that I just stick to intraday trades and swing trades. So what I'm waiting for over here is very simple. I'm going to set my alerts beneath this low over here, like this. I'm going to wait for my POI to get mitigated. Then I want to see a deviation beneath this quarterly level, like this. Reclaim it. And this is where we get our long trigger, okay? So I want to see a clean sweep and a reclaim with a shifted structure. And then we will play an easy, high probability long position. Start building it on a slight higher low already. Because if price is truly bullish, it doesn't offer perfect retests. And then it should expand higher towards its range high liquidity pool. And eventually with the hype around Fetch.ai, it can easily expand higher, all right? Let's quickly check out the volume profile of December. I actually want to check that one out. December like this, towards the beginning of December, which is over here. Okay, no proper confluence. Then I want to check out the volume profile of January for now. Also no proper confluence. So definitely not enough confluences, in my opinion, to set limits. That is another reason why I want to wait for this confirmation, not just because of my risk management system, but also because, in my opinion, it's just not enough confluences. But that doesn't mean that the chart is not looking quite interesting. It definitely does look quite interesting. So patiently waiting for my alerts to get triggered. If they get triggered and we get a scenario like this, we have ourselves a high probability long position. So feel free to let me know if there are any questions about this chart and analysis on Fetch.ai, guys. I would love to hear some questions before we continue. My first take profit target would be the range high, this one. And also my invalidation for this scenario is if we take out this liquidity. So if we tap above this high and then go back to this POI, then I'm not interested in longing it over here anymore. Good question, Rhino. Good morning, Shai. Welcome to the stream. It's actually crazy. I think we have around 40 viewers on a Tuesday morning. So I'm quickly going to make a little picture once again. So smile into the camera, guys. Missing G-strings. Actually smiling. You love to see it. Let's see. I think I've welcomed everyone for now. So if there are any questions, guys, feel free to let me know. Otherwise, we are going to continue with Polkadot. We are actually going to continue with Polkadot. So the previous trade on Polkadot we took based on this range over here. Now we are potentially in play for a potential deviation beneath the range high. And it's very, very simple actually. Simply reclaim the range high in confluence with the shifted structure on the 4-hourly time frame, because I do think that you make a fresh low. Yes, you do make a slight fresh low over here. And then this triggers a scenario in which we should expand higher. Sometimes charting doesn't have to be that difficult, guys. Obviously, in this case, we already knew what the range was. I think this was the exact range. So this is quite plain and simple. Simply reclaim it, retest, and you should expand higher. So a lot of altcoin charts are actually looking very interesting, guys. But also a lot of them need to get some more confirmation in order to trigger long positions, okay? But get anything like this and you should expand higher on Polkadot, okay? And then you can play a potential setup like this. Target fresh highs, okay? Offers a nice RR as well, and it's pretty clean. Let's check out the EMA confluence. So also the EMAs all lining up with this area, guys, on the 4-hourly time frame, which is very, very interesting to me. 2-hourly also all lining up. 1-hourly also all of them lining up. So I'm actually becoming very, very interested in Polkadot over here, guys. I'm actually going to set my alerts over here. And let's say we trigger a scenario like this. I'm going to explain to you guys. Let's say we trigger this scenario, right? That means that AVAX won't fill us over here. That means that AVAX probably will do something similar, correct? So that basically means that we can insert limit long orders like this on Polkadot with 1% risk. Because let's say we do get stopped out after that, then in that case, AVAX will probably fill our orders, right? So that means that if this scenario plays out on Polkadot, we will prepare ourselves for both scenarios, right? Either an early expansion to the upside, and if we get stopped out on this one over here, then we will simply play AVAX for the lower scenario, right? In case we get a flash crash first. So in this case, we prepare ourselves for both scenarios, or we just get a huge crash and then both positions get stopped out, but then we still only lose 1.5% of our account, okay? Since we are risking 0.75. So I actually like the way that this is more of an aggressive setup, but still, regardless, it's a very, very clean one. With this EMA confluence, guys, I absolutely love the EMAs. Yes, that is true, missing G-strings. I can see that already. You mean this order block, Rhino? Well, then this is not really a deviation anymore. Now you're looking at a proper deviation. If you fall back lower, then you can reclaim it like this, but this is a little bit of a more fucked up setup in my opinion. Because let's say you do it like this, and then you play the higher low, then your invalidation is all the way over here, and that decreases your RR quite significantly, if you understand what I mean. So the deviation becomes less clean in my opinion. Well, Joe, that would be the ideal scenario, right? But it is a possible scenario, Rhino. If this happens, then this setup is still valid, okay? And like Joel was saying, in that case, probably AVAX will get hit as well. So we will be even cleaner. But I just prefer scenario like this because this looks like a proper deviation, as you can see, right? Grinding against the resistance area. Yes, but I'm always using the Binance spot chart, DES792. I've always been doing that. It's been working fine for me. So yeah, that's basically it. And I think on the futures chart on Bybit, this week went a lot lower, right? And that doesn't really matter because that means that we still filled 50% of that wick with this move to the downside over here, okay? Let's see. I am trying to teach you guys the key, Marty. I'm trying my best. Yes, make it. I know you've been away for a few weeks, but I've been sticking to a maximum of 1% risk at the same time, because at some point we are going to get a flash crash or a harsh correction when no one expects it to. And then I only want to be exposed with a maximum amount of 1% risk. So I don't completely trust it, but I will milk altcoins as long as I can, okay? And it's been going very well so far. So we just keep milking them until we get a flash crash, and then we get stopped out for 1% of our account. But at the meantime, before that, we have made plenty of percentages already, if you know what I mean. So that's just a way of preserving capital and a way of building your own risk management system. Okay, and that's something that a lot of people don't understand, but it's something that I've been trying to teach over the past few weeks, and I'm really getting the feeling that more and more people are starting to understand that that concept of risk management, how important it is. Okay, guys, I think we have clean charts over here. We have AVAX waiting. We have this scenario on Fed.ai waiting, and we have this scenario on Polkadot waiting. In the meantime, Link is running a very nice profit still. We have a scenario for Link where we want to add an extra position, and we have obviously still Ethereum running in huge profits. So I think we are positioned very, very well. And now we just patiently wait for the market to give us a proper move. And then we can either add another position or just take profit on the current positions. And yes, we are still waiting on Phantom as well, Valorize. But if I open up the Phantom chart real quick, maybe Polkadot is a little cleaner. And why is Polkadot a little cleaner? First of all, because the chart just looks a lot stronger, right? Polkadot is really holding these higher lows and higher highs, right? First of all. Second of all, we don't have that EMA confluence on Phantom. The EMAs are aligning higher. So that means that the EMAs will act as resistance and resistance on a 4-hourly time frame. And for Polkadot, we will reclaim those EMAs, and the EMAs will act as support over here. Okay? And I really like those EMA confluences because they're indicating a trend switch, I should say. Still Phantom, very interesting chart, Valorize. But for now, also a little bit depending if we get a push up, how strong the push on Polkadot and Phantom is, right? I think that I prefer to play Polkadot. Also a lot of liquidity building up over here, right? So my gut tells me to go with Polkadot for now. But let's say Polkadot pushes up very weak over here, and at the same time Phantom gives us a strong impulsive push up, then we play Phantom, of course. Okay, so it depends a little bit on how price action develops from here. But at the first glance, Polkadot definitely is a little bit stronger than Phantom. Okay, and like I've been teaching you guys, you always want to play the highest probability setups. But very good question. I didn't forget about Phantom. Okay, guys. Let me know if there are any questions still. Otherwise, I am going to wrap up the stream right now. I have to go to the barber in a little bit. Then after I've been to the barber, I need to record episode number 10 of the VIP series. The episode of today was high term levels. High term levels was the episode. Was the topic of the episode. Something that I've not been discussing a lot lately, but it's definitely an interesting tool that you can use as Confluence to identify support or resistance areas. Yes, Astali does love high term levels. I know that. I also still do love them though. My dear pleasure, Missing G Strings. I actually do really enjoy making those episodes and making that series. I do think it's something that not a single community out there has. So, yeah, I really do enjoy doing it for sure. By the way, Casper, nice trade on BLZ, man. Nice catch. I'm glad that it does Missing G Strings. Thank you, Suarez, Luis. Yeah, it's a very weird chart, Casper. Okay, guys. Yeah, one more small question. Are we waiting for an opening? And yes, we are, Suarez. Have you watched that episode number 1 of the VIP series that I sent it you yesterday? Cool, man. Cool, cool, cool. So you understand the concept already. Yes, we are waiting for candle open and candle close above the high, the brothers to the low to get the confirmation on Polkadot. I will check out CFX after the stream, so after the barber, okay, Casper? Because I really need to go to the barber now and get a fresh cut. Because as you guys could have seen at the video of yesterday, my hair has gotten pretty long. And I need to look fresh before I go to Spain on Thursday. What are cornrows? No, no fade for me, man, Suarez. I think this would suit me pretty well, right, Velorize? I think this would definitely suit me. uh, yeah, I agree, McRae. No, I'm going to behave myself in Spain, guys. Because I agreed with that one girl to not do anything with other people. So I'm going to try and honor that agreement. Yeah, that's what my teammates are saying. What happens in Spain stays in Spain. It's actually disgusting because they all have girlfriends and wives, and they are all saying what happens in Spain stays in Spain. Actually, the Dutch national women's hockey team is at the exact same area as we are. And those guys told us that we are going to meet up with them. They have some pretty girls, but like I said, I'm going to behave myself, guys. Welcome to the stream, Ricardo Milos. You're a little late, unfortunately. Same for Pirutze. I'm about to wrap up the stream. But still welcome, guys, and you guys can watch back the recording. That is very true, make it. No worries, Pirutze. You can watch back the stream. I'm going to upload it as soon as I end the stream, okay? I'm actually going to stop the recording now.